You type a single sentence into an AI, just words. No tone of voice, no facial expression, no shared memories. And yet, the response you get can feel brilliant or completely wrong. Why? Because inside an AI model, context is everything, not meaning, not intention, not understanding, context. Tonight, we're going to step inside the mind of an artificial intelligence and uncover why the same model with the same knowledge can sound wise in one moment and clueless in the next, simply because the context changed. This is the hidden machinery behind modern AI. And once you see it, you'll never prompt an AI the same way again. Imagine you walk into a dark room. Someone whispers a single word. Bank. What comes to your mind? Money? A river? Power? Safety? That single word has no fixed meaning. Its meaning is constructed by context, and that is exactly how an AI works. Except, it doesn't know it's constructing anything. Inside an AI model, there is no dictionary of meanings. There is no concept of truth. No awareness of what words refer to. No understanding of the world. There are only patterns. Vast, intricate, statistical patterns learned from unimaginable amounts of text. And context is the lens that activates one pattern instead of another. At its core, an AI model is doing one thing, and one thing only: predicting what comes next. Given everything it has seen so far, what is the most likely next word? That's it. No thoughts, no beliefs, no intent. Just probability, shaped by context. Context is not a side feature. Context is the entire operating system. Every word you type reshapes the probability landscape inside the model. Each new token bends the future. Each sentence narrows the path. The AI is not responding to your last message. It is responding to everything you've said so far, all at once. This is why tone matters. Ask an AI a question casually, and it sounds casual. Ask the same question formally, and suddenly it becomes academic. Add fear to the prompt, and the response becomes cautious. Add authority, and the model becomes confident. Not because it feels these emotions, but because context activates different linguistic patterns. Here's the eerie part. The AI does not know why the tone changed. It only knows that historically, words like these tend to follow words like those. Context doesn't inform the AI. Context selects the personality. Inside the model, billions of parameters are constantly competing. Every possible next word is racing against the others. Context acts like gravity. It pulls some probabilities closer and pushes others into silence. Without context, everything is possible. With context, only a few paths survive. This is why vague prompts produce vague answers. The AI isn't being lazy. You simply didn't collapse the probability space enough. You left too many futures alive. Context is how you force specificity. And this explains something that feels almost magical. Why the same AI can sound like a scientist, a poet, a lawyer, a philosopher, a villain, a prophet. Not because it becomes those things, but because context tells it which voice usually comes next. Here's a deeper truth most people miss. Context doesn't just affect style. It changes what the AI believes is relevant. When you frame a question as technical, emotional insights disappear. When you frame it as philosophical, precision fades. The model is constantly asking, not consciously, but statistically, What kind of continuation does this situation demand? This is why leading questions matter. Why assumptions leak into answers. Why framing can bias results. The AI mirrors the shape of the question, not the truth of the world. Context can even override facts. If the surrounding text strongly suggests a false premise, the model may follow it, because historically, that's what text tends to do. Not because the AI is lying, but because it doesn't know what lying is. There is no internal alarm that says, this doesn't match reality. There is only, this fits the pattern. Context doesn't guide reasoning. It constrains prediction. And this brings us to something unsettling. The illusion of intelligence. When context is rich, structured, and precise, the AI appears brilliant. When context is thin or chaotic, the illusion collapses. The intelligence you perceive is not inside the model. It emerges from the interaction between you and the context you create. In a sense, you are co-writing the AI's mind in real time. Every instruction is a steering wheel. Every example is a rail. Every constraint is a boundary. You are not asking the AI to think. You are shaping the space in which thinking-like behavior appears. This is why prompt engineering works. Not because it unlocks hidden intelligence, but because it sculpts context with surgical precision. You are not telling the AI what to do. You are telling it what kind of continuation is allowed to exist. So when people ask, why did the AI change its answer? The real question is, what changed in the context? Remove memory, and the AI forgets who it was. Change the framing, and it becomes someone else. Limit the context window, and intelligence seems to degrade. Because intelligence was never a fixed thing. It was always context dependent. And here's the final twist. Humans aren't as different as we like to think. We, too, shift personalities based on context. We reason differently under pressure. We interpret words through framing. We respond not to raw information, but to the situation surrounding it. The difference? We experience meaning. AI only simulates its shadow. So the next time an AI amazes you or disappoints you, remember this. You didn't just ask a question. You defined a world. And inside that world, the AI did the only thing it knows how to do. Predict what comes next. Context changes everything. Not because AI understands it, but because context is the mind it lives inside.